Sir William Niven
Yes.
and Augustus Laplongeon, they have proven that there are civilizations in Mexico that reach back 50,000 years ago. The Maya are by no means the creators of those astrological and mathematical systems that they're using.
They were helped, huh?
Oh, yeah, they inherited it. But back to the point is that, what was the point?
Well, we were talking about the possibility of these past civilizations and, their tie-ins with so many others.
In the next 10 years. There are many cultures that are talking about an end date. Okay, let's keep it with the Maya. The Maya are talking about 2012. Remote viewers report that they can't see past that. Even the Maya, who had a prophecy for every single year of their great years, don't have any prophecy really for the period after 2012. So that can be considered an end by date. And in my astrological work, I've also found the same, that the alignments that are coming there, possibly a phenomenon known as the photon belt, there's going to be something happening on our planet that is going to help us come to end the particular cycle that we've been under since the visitation of the Nephilim. And that's good, except for one thing. The Nephilim, or let's say the descendants of the Nephilim, the people we've been talking about, they know that too. So they're busy now trying to move. And in the last chapters of the book, I go into what their latest machinations are and how they're going to try and circumvent, that particular action of nature coming in. Whether it's an astrological alignment, Richard Hoagland has some interesting pieces of this he was talking to me about recently. We're pulling something together, and we're trying to find out what it could be. Whatever kind of conclusion it is, the other power in this world don't want that to happen. So they're circumventing it, and has a lot to do with the reason why the troops are in Iraq and what's going on in the Middle East and why we have returned to the cradle of civilization. Does it really have to do with oil and big money? Well, wait a minute. These people we're talking about have been billionaires from the first centuries A.D. Maybe that oil and that money takes care of their lower minions, but are we really seriously saying that the people who have controlled the world for millennia upon millennia are hungry after oil? Is there perhaps another reason why they're there in the sands of Iraq? Because what is Iraq? What is Baghdad? What is Persia? Is it not the center of the places where they first came from, where our post-flood empires have come from? We better read through the symbolism. We better ask some questions. Why the robberies? Why the looting of those museums over there that the people have just rolled over and forgot about? I'm very interested in that. Why the looting of these artifacts?
And where are they now?
And where are they? And why were they taken? And by whom were they taken? And I go into this on the DVD that I'm doing. I'm not doing a book on it. It's just going to be a DVD on 2012. And I just recently did a talk on that in Berkeley, California. It was really wonderful. Ken Jenkins, the great videographer, he was there. And we had a great day and talking about this whole thing, and people can contact me if they want more information about that.
Let's go east of the Rockies. You're on Coast to Coast with us. Hi there.
Morning, Mr. Norrie.
Yes, sir.
My name's John. I'm calling from Indianapolis. And I had a question for Michael. It's actually kind of a two-part question, and I'll hang up as soon as I ask.
You got it.
The first one is, you said that the Celts were kind of a hybrid between the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Could you expand on that a little bit? Were they directly hybrid between those two people, or the second generation of slaves and the Lemurians? And could you also explain who some books call them the Fomorians, and some books the Furborg?
Well.
And the fair ones were when the Celts first settled in Ireland. And I'll hang up now.
Okay, a couple minutes to respond to that.
Well, John obviously knows his stuff. He's talking about a lot of different things there. The quick answer is that we're all a mixture of Lemurian Atlantean, with some people obviously, like there is on any scheme, being more of the Atlantean pure, and some are more towards the Lemurian. I get into all of this in the book, and especially the people he's talking about, the Furbolg and the Fomorian race. It's a very interesting topic that I'm amazed that he's obviously done his research. He knows what he's talking about. So that's in the book. We go into a great deal of that about the ancient races and how they figure in.
First-time caller line, your turn. You're on Coast to Coast. Hi there.
Hi, this is Keith from Pearl City, Hawaii.
Okay, welcome, Keith.
How you doing?
Good.
I have a quick question for you, and then another one for Michael. Michael,
Sure.
You just stole some of my thunder. I was going to bring up the museums in Iraq and those things, but you beat me to it by a couple minutes here.
Well, remember, Keith, it's not new.
Yeah, I know, but you don't hear a lot of people questioning what's going on with why the museums are robbed. You don't hear hardly anybody bringing that up.
Well, see, I was just spending some time a couple of weeks ago with Anthony J. Hilder, who you must know, who lived a lot of his time in Africa. We just did a video together called 9/11, the greatest story ever sold. And one of the conversations we had with him is he is an expert on the raping of Africa, another incredible part of this that has never been gone into. You see, we are not people who understand the occult history of our own countries. America has an occult history that very few people know about. Ireland has an occult history that very few people know about. When I, it's on my literature and it says they're, expert or authority on the occult history of Ireland. That's only because nobody else in the country is even interested in what I'm doing.
Actually, there's been a few.
There's been one or two, as you know, but
there's been a few.
We can't get the subject started. It's like, come on, all of these countries have an alternative history that we need to look at. I mean, I don't have to tell you, Keith, that the study of history as it's taught to us in school is certainly one of the most boring subjects anybody could ever hope to learn. But as we know in the research community, the study of how the subject of history has been manipulated, that is a very interesting subject.
Oh, yes, I know. I've been studying it for 15, 20 years now.
Very
I have a quick question for George.
Okay, we only got about 40 seconds left, Keith.
Okay, you know who William Cooper is?
Yes.
Okay. In David Icke's, one of his newest books, he dedicates it to William Cooper, who died in the World Trade Center. Is it the same William Cooper?
No. That William Cooper. Oh, you mean the dedication? I don't know about the dedication.
Yeah, it's in the very front.
But the other William Cooper, of course, died during a gun battle with some sheriff's departments.
On his own land.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know how he died and why I haven't heard from him in so long now. I know.
Yep.
Thank you, Keith.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. We are wrapping it up, Michael Tsarion. I appreciate you being on the program. Very quickly, would you give out your P.O. box for those who do not have computers to get to your website?
Thank you for that. It's just Atlantis Book, P.O. Box 95398, Seattle, Washington. Zip code is 98145/2398. The website is Taroscopes, plural with one T, taroscopes.com. Just browse it, go to the Atlantis page. All the information you need is there. There is a phone number, which is 206-527-2968.
Very
2968.
good. All of that linked up with coasttocoastam.com. Michael, thank you. Next time.
George, it's been a wonderful pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.